Hit the music.
Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report Extra. And yes, I'm doing an extra after all the reports that has been coming in today with the CM Punk situation. In case you guys have been under a rock, you know what happened after All Out last night. As you guys know, CM Punk became a two-time AEW World Champion after defeating Jon Moxley, which to me, it made no damn sense. Made it look like this was some Rocky movie in the whole nine, but that is not the story. The story was after the event, they had the media scrum. CM Punk decided to get on the media scrum and talk about his relationship with Colt Cabana. The first question that came from Wrestle Inc., one of the guys or journalists from Wrestle Inc., and the Colt Cabana situation was brought up again. As you well know, there was rumors going around that Colt Cabana was about to be let go by AEW and Tony Khan. They were not going to renew his contract. And the rumors were that CM Punk has something to do with it. And of course, as you guys know, Tony Khan ended up still signing Colt Cabana, but now he was going to be working in Ring of Honor. And in reality, yes, he's working in Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor right now, there hasn't been any TV tapings or anything that's been going on to that sense. I mean, Colt Cabana came out twice in the 0 hours for Death Before Dishonor, and the one before that, which it was, oh my God, Supercard of Honor, and he wrestled in the 0 hour. Well, of course, Mr. CM Punk brought up old school stuff and how, you know, people are saying false report about him, whatever. And he brought up again Adam Page, about how Adam Page went into business for himself. A situation that happened almost 4 months ago. CM Punk is still walking around with a chip on his shoulder. But what made it worse was the fact that Tony Khan tried to, you know, bring down the rumors about, you know, that it wasn't CM Punk. And CM Punk cut him off and said, you don't have to explain anything because this is the EVP's fault. The EVP fault being Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, and Kenny Omega. Apparently, after these comments were made, CM Punk went to the back and had a confrontation with the Young Bucks. Now, reports coming in from Fightful Select, Sean Rosa, it got worse. It's worse than anybody thought. There was, in the media scrum, you see security running toward the back when Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee were at the scrum. You see security running to the back. That's when everything was happening. Now, apparently now reports are coming in. Even came in from my boys from the Alliance and Sean Rossap, and all these people are saying that CM Punk was the first one who took a swing at Matt Jackson. This ended up being a big altercation. Supposedly, Nick Jackson got knocked out. Matt Jackson had a black eye, and Kenny Omega got bitten by Ace Steels. Now, this is whole AEW drama is getting out of hand. This is something that Tony Khan pretty much put it on himself. The man has lost total control of AEW. The inmates run the asylum. Okay, they're the ones running the asylum right now because this is getting out of control. There is even word that the elite want to leave. They want to walk out of the company. I mean, they're still under contract, but you know they want to leave the company because of what happened with CM Punk. Now, my issue with that is, isn't it surprising that 7 years ago or 8 years ago, CM Punk got let go because of what happened with him in WWE. WWE let him go. He said he got fired on his wedding day, whatever. isn't it funny that all of a sudden now, 7 years later or 8 years later, CM Punk is now in another promotion and he is having issues again. Okay, but this time the owner is being a mark and whatnot, and now this whole situation is getting out of hand. The man has lost total control. Now my thing is, if Ace Steel does not get fired after reports are coming in that he bit Kenny Omega, and the fact that Nick Jackson got knocked out, Matt Jackson got a black eye, and the fact that if CM Punk does not get suspended and his title gets stripped, is bad. It's a travesty because Eddie Kingston got suspended for pie mushing Sammy Guevara in the back after they had a little incident, and Kingston ended up apologizing after he secretly was suspended. Nobody knew he got suspended and whatnot, and now all of a sudden CM Punk in an altercation. Reports are coming in from Fightful Select, from Wrestle Talk, that CM Punk was the first one who threw the punch. And if this is true, I mean, because remember, I had a video this week where I talk about fake reports. But this is coming from Sean Ross Sapp, okay? And Dave Meltzer, also Wrestling Observer, they're saying that CM Punk was the first one to throw the punch. And if he doesn't get suspended, okay, this is not going to look, it's going to look real bad for AEW. How the hell AEW is in this situation a year later? Funny how Cody Rhodes left and now this chaotic shit is happening all over AEW. Okay? And the fact, if this is true, the CM Punk, they took a swing, he needs to get suspended. I don't care what anybody says, he needs to get suspended. The fact that you threw a punch and whatnot, and somebody got knocked out and all that, this is out of control. Tony Khan has lost total control of what's going on. If he wants to take control of this whole situation, this is not good. Especially with Warner Discovery, all this going on. This could be a lot of problems for AEW. Now again, this is just reports. This is rumors. These are things that who knows if it's true or not. But the fact that, first of all, Ace Steel, what is Ace Steel doing there? You know what I'm saying? Why is he even walking around with CM Punk? You know what I'm saying? And not only this, but if you think about it, the fact that all this is happening on the night that MJF came back, okay, the night that MJF came back, the whole story, the spotlight of MJF coming back has just been taken away and put on CM Punk. It goes to show you again, guys, CM Punk may be the problem. May be the problem. This is the guy who had issues with WWE, got fired by WWE, and all of a sudden now he's having the same issues again. We're now getting into fisticuffs in the back and whatnot. And this is not good for anybody. Let's be realistic. I mean, this is just crazy. This is just a night that the whole All Out match, All Out was great. It was a great event. The night that MJF came back is now being pretty much tarnished with this scuffle in the back and whatnot. And to me, honestly, I think CM Punk is, I don't understand. He walks around with a chip on his shoulder, and pretty much he's just acting like a little child, worrying about stuff that happened 20 plus years, or whatever it's been, 10 years, whatever the case may be. And then his issue with Adam Page. If you had an issue with Adam Page, you should have took him to the side, and you being the veteran or whatever, and you just mad because Omega and the Young Bucks are gonna protect Adam Page, and they're gonna it's crazy. It's crazy. So now this whole situation, I don't know. I don't know what's as far as what's gonna happen. We're gonna find out on Wednesday. And CM Punk shows up on the on Dynamite as a champion. It's just sad. It's just sad that the night that is supposed to be with MJF coming back and whatnot, is now tarnished. It's tarnished because you got people like CM Punk. CM Punk has become a cancer in the locker room right now. It has. And there's no other way to put it. The man is a cancer in the locker room. And if you guys go to Twitter, if you guys go to Twitter and go to my Chokeslam Wrestling Report Twitter, you see a video I put that I found where Triple H is pretty much telling CM Punk, it only benefits you when you're on top. You know the company does well because it benefits you because you're on top. It's not good when you're not on top. And right now, you're on top, but you just making enemies. He got a lot of heat in the back. Right now, Tony Khan needs to suspend him and strip him off the belt. I don't care who you got, a bunch of CM Punk fans and whatever. This was wrong at all levels. At all levels. So, they need to do something, and hopefully they do something. So, again, this is my little Chokeslam Wrestling Report extra. I usually don't get on stuff like this, but like I told you, like a month and a half ago, whenever there's stuff like this, I will be coming in through YouTube and putting this up so people could check it out. So, this is crazy. So, again, guys, you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you can also check out my audio podcast. If you guys haven't checked out my audio podcast, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and any audio podcast that you guys like to listen to my show or your show at that. Also check out my merchandise store. You guys could purchase this shirt, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. You can check it out, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. So check that out. Again, check out my YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff there I have been putting last couple of weeks. Check out the last one I put, I think was Saturday. The clickbait with these fake reports coming in. The last one was Malakai Black asked for his release from AEW. And I mean, also there was report also of Thunder Rosa asking for release of AEW. Who knows? There's a lot of things going on. Maybe this is really happening. I mean, after what happened last night, it does not look good. So with that, guys, I'll check you guys out during the week with more news and rumors from the pro wrestling industry. And to that, Top Guy out.